Hey folks, what's going on? I know it's been a while. I'm over here. I got CV axle boot today on the Mazda. So we're gonna see if we can knock this out pretty quick. I'm gonna talk you guys through it, and if you look back there, you can see the truck that I got. Might release some videos on that. I've been making videos, just haven't put them out yet. So if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, let me know. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can knock this out. Some of the tools you're gonna need. Obviously jack stand, get the car jacked up. We're gonna take the wheel off and then start in on some of this stuff. So I'll show you guys as we do it. So let's get to it. Step one, get the wheel off. Up next, we're going to be removing some of these lines. So brake line here. Brake line right there is going to be a little clip they got to pull out. And then ABS, we're going to release that too. Oh, and look at that, I should have got a boot as well, but can't always win. But if you look in there, you can see that torn CV axle boot. That's the one we're going to be replacing today. So let's keep after it.
Discard! 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 Go on there, 15mm bolt to get off the end link. See if we can do it. This off. Okay. Up next, these two bolts. It's going to be, if I remember correctly, a 24 on this side and a 21 on this side. So I need a 24 and a 21. We're going to see if I got that. Okay, let's see if I got these nuts. Now the real test. We got to get this axle nut off. These are notoriously dirty, seized looking, horrid looking. We're gonna try it out. See what we can do. There we are. 32mm. Like a glove. Let's see if we can knock it with the subcompact. biggest challenge to date. Make sure that's fully seated. Everybody with their big wrenches, their big guns. Look how small that is. It's taking off this. Huh. No problem. That's what we like to see. All right, so that's loose. I'm gonna give it a couple little tappy taps. Get it unhooked from here with a hammer. And don't go too crazy because you don't want to mess up the threads. And then also, there's not a lot holding this thing on right now. If you look in there, you can see what I'm talking about. A little messy. All right, that was a fun one. Okay, so here's what I ended up having to do. I got this moved forward. I got this good old guy, and I snuck it in. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get the right angle. I snuck it in behind there and used this to pop it out. So it worked. Now should be able to take my axle the rest of the way out. Let's see if I can get this moved out of the way just right. Set you guys down. Let's move back so there's no pressure. There we go. Beauty. What I was basically doing before is getting behind it with this and just sneaking in here, popping it out. Just kind of stuck in there with this little C-clip type deal. So hopefully you guys have as much fun as I did. Hopefully you got a lift and then you can just get from under it. It's much easier to pop out, but it is what it is. So let's see if we can get this axle pulled apart so that we can get this replaced. All right, so here, old axle pulled out. We're gonna be reusing it because I only got 50 and not 200 or whatever it is to replace this thing. So, and this side's just fine. So what we gotta do, pull this old boot off. It's gonna be these, forgot the style name of the clip, but we're gonna pull those off, get this boot out of here, get this off, and then we're gonna be installing this, the flex boot. It's done me well in the past. I think the only interesting thing that I usually find with these is you can see this has this like hex pattern. And so what I'll end up doing is basically cutting off the boot at a certain point and then leaving that hex pattern on there. If I can see inside it does go around, I'll use that. But a lot of these CV axles just have this like hexagonal pattern. So to get a good seal and make sure it's not busting open again and leaking on me, might reuse that. So we'll see. I'm gonna get after it, start cutting, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. All right, so got it all cut off, the nasty bits, and you can see what we got going on here. So it is, in fact, the like weird hex style. I don't understand why they do it, but so be it. So basically, this boot that is just round is not going to take up the space correctly. But luckily, it's kind of like a universal fit. So I'm just going to clean this all up really good and then essentially make a nice tight seal right on this. So I'll probably end up pulling this clip off just so it's rubber on rubber and pray it doesn't leak. But of course, first we got to get this all cleaned up, fill it with grease, and go from there. Keep you guys updated. All right, so we got the little metal piece off. We got it pretty clean on the inside. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll be good enough. So the next challenge is going to be getting this boot onto here. There is a way to take this apart and just slide the boot on nice and easy. I don't know if I want to try that or if I just want to use the other technique, which is just turn this into like a birthing canal, open it right up and then put it over. I'm gonna do a little trial and error right now
and I'll keep you guys updated. Can't imagine pregnancy. Oh, I don't know if we've been filming here, but we're getting there.
Pure torture. Have to find a way to edit that so it's shorter, because that took forever. Okay, now. I'm gonna get that piece back sneak up over it.
Remember, my specialty tool for installing these clips, whatever the heck they're called, they're gonna be fun to put on anyway. We're having fun, guys. Hook in. Then, specialty tool squeezes this tight so that it takes up this little gap and squeezes it, and it pulls everything tight. So, since I don't have my specialty tool, another way you can do it is a very dull pair of the dikes. They're not dikes, the other one, like the flush cut, front cut, whatever you call them. So anyway, we're gonna see if we can get that going. Get the second one put on where I want it. In his rightful spot. Try and make sure everything's sliding. So we got what I was looking for. It's Grandpa's old pair, so they're not super sharp, so they won't cut the metal. Basically, once you get it about as tight as you can get it, just with your fingers, you're gonna come in here. Let's see if I can get you guys from this a little close. You're gonna come over it and squeeze this. And what that's going to do is take up some of the slack. So where now it's nice and tight and it's not going anywhere. Just don't go too hard with the squeezing, because if you cut it, you're done for. All right, so it's not perfect. I may or may not have to come back and redo that. I think it should hold. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall. Once again, that C-clip's you're gonna have to kind of shove it in there. But let's get you guys set up over here. So you can finish this. So, double checked on those torque specs. For these guys up here, it's gonna be 180 foot-pounds. And then for the axle nut, they're gonna torque it down to 100 foot-pounds, back it off 180 degrees, and then torque it down to 200 foot-pounds. So 180, 180, 200, but a couple steps. So let's get that going. All right. Absolutely. Send her home. What is going on? Oh, I might have missed it. Here we go. I'm gonna pull out your back. Okay. Yeah, nice and tight. Very good. All right, wheel back on. Clean it up. Drive to school. Thanks again, folks, for stopping in. Once again, if you want to see truck content, let me know. If you guys want to see cross-track content, figure out something for me to do. It's a brand new car, so there's not a lot that needs to get done on it, but just let me know. All right, that's all for this one. Peace.